It's a fact of life in modern enterprise and business nowadays that there's going to be data, files, and folders available on the network for people to use and collaborate on. They're called shares. They're not home groups, though. Uh, they're certainly much more complex than that, and there are some subtle differences in how things are shared that affect how they're accessed. I already had that open down here. Here we go. So I want to share out a folder. I'm going to create a new one first. We'll just call it shared. Go to properties. You can do this. I don't. I tend to go here and go sharing. And I'm going to click share. Now, share permissions and what can be done with respect to modifying, deleting, editing, etc. only take effect when the folders are accessed over the network. And that's share permissions. Let's see, I don't want to make a new user. Let's share this with my wife. Add her. She only has read permissions. I'll give her read write. Only works if she accesses it over the network. These are share permissions. There's a big difference between what's known as share permissions here. And we're going to save that window for a little while. Oh, shoot. I don't want to get rid of it yet because this is important. Share permissions. But then there's also, I'm going to have to close that. Security is a completely different thing. You'll notice read write owner. We'll go to advanced sharing here. We could add more shares. A number of simultaneous users can be changed. We can change some permissions. Everyone, you'll notice, has full control. It's generally the habit of system administrators to take everyone out of that group. The guest account, which is generally, come on, open up. Generally disabled on most off-the-shelf Windows 7's installations. The guest account is a member of the everyone group. So if you leave everyone in there, that means the guest account, if it's enabled, will have access to your share. These are share permissions. Only valid when the share is accessed over the network. Looks a lot like permissions, okay? Well, it is permissions, but it looks a lot like these kind of permissions. These are NTFS permissions, New Technology File System. New Technology File System, or NTFS permissions, are much more granular, meaning they are much more detailed. There's many more choices that can be made. Since I gave Brenda read write, she's picked up full permissions here. Granular, back to that, much more detailed. There's a whole lot more, what's the word I want, adjustment I can make to the permissions here. Now these NTFS permissions are valid when the share is accessed over the network and locally. So you have to be aware of how the two of them work together. You have to keep those in mind. Share permissions and then NTFS permissions. You keep that in mind. There's kind of a two-layer settings going on there. So I've shared that out. It's showing up on will show up on the network, and it's referred to by a shortcut known as this right here, the UNC path, or Universal Naming Convention. That's what this is called right here, Universal Naming Convention. You can find it on the internet, explains what it is. It's generally an easy way for people to remember where stuff is. All they have to know is the server name and the share name. So somebody in the accounting department can say accounting December. That's all they got to know. And they can type that much of that in. They can type replace this with accounting, replace that with December. Boom, they get there. And I'll show you what I mean here specifically. Oh, don't want to close that one. I cannot get the screen resolution to be happy with my remote desktop. So anyway, I want to connect now to a shared resource on the network. I'm going to use a UNC, and I'm going to refer to MyBook Live. It's a network attached storage. Since I've done this before, it's already there. So there's the various shares on here. And if I look at it, now this is called the UNC. That's how I refer to that drive over the network. Very nice. My phone's ringing. Excuse me. Call from. Thank you. I think somebody got it. All right. So say I want to map a drive now. I want to connect to this folder, which is out on the network. Let's go back to my computer and let's expand that out a little bit. Here we go. Map a network drive. Click that. I want to choose a letter. Let's go with M because it's MyBook Live and it's my folder. And again, they're using UNC here. I type my, look, no, they got a dot in there. MyBook Live. And say finish. And it connects me. Since I'd already done this once, it didn't prompt me for my password. You typically the first time, excuse me, will be prompted for a username and password. But now that's a connection. It's a mapped drive, and when I look in my computer now, I see a mapped M letter. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you.